Hi sweets and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do kind of a spring inspired look. What it really drove me to do it is to have something easy to do. So I've already done almost my entire complexion. I'm missing blush and highlight because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do in my eyes, and secondly because since I have a little bit of luminosity in my skin already, I wasn't sure if I needed or not a little bit of a highlighter. But in spring we like to have a fresh, natural looking skin, which means usually a little bit of less coverage, which is what I'm into, but also a little bit of more dewiness, glow, and freshness in the skin. So that's why I'm still in the process of figuring out what I'm going to use and leave out of my complexion. To start as always with my Milani eyeshadow primer. This is going to last you a lifetime and almost another one, because what you need is such a little amount of it, and this is so good. For this eye look, I'm going to start by using a liner. I'm going to use a brown one, but you can use either. It would depend on what you want to achieve. I want to have this one because I want to smoke a little bit my lash line. It doesn't have to be such a dark brown. You can do this with a color lighter than this shade of brown, but as I said, it's going to depend on what you want to achieve. I'm going to start with a liner. I'm not going to be precise because I'm not looking for a shape. I just want the effect of smudging an eyeliner. So I'm gonna apply it all over my lash line. Use a really creamy liner for this because that will give you the versatility of smudging it. And I would encourage you to do one eye at a time and use a brush that is really dense, so it will help you a lot in the smudging situation. I switch because I chose the first one that I chose. I thought that it was as stiff as I needed, but it wasn't, so I switched to this smudger brush to get that done. I got that part covered, and now you can see that I have a little bit smokedness in my really near my lash line. You can get out of the door just by doing this. Just apply something else, curl your lashes, do a coat of mascara, and put on some lip, and you will be ready to go. Now I'm gonna go to this kind of a peachy shade here. In the palette, the name is Karma, but regardless, is about the tone, not the palette. I'm just using this all over brush. It is a little bit more stiff than a regular all over brush, but I chose this one because of the size of the brush. I'm just pressing the pigment into my lid, and I'm not being precise. I'm going all over my eye area, and with pressing motions I'm taking it a little bit farther out of my eye space. I have downturned eyes, so I have to help myself with anything to get a lift. Now I'm gonna go for to intensify a little bit the outer corner, but I don't have a shade here that could help me with that because I was looking more towards a brown shade. But I think I'm gonna do a mix of this pink tone with this purple tone, just a touch. I'm taking the excess of it in my hand because I got a lot more purple, and I'm gonna mix it also with the first shade to get kind of a brown shade, which was what I was looking for. Yeah, I think I got the gist of it. And now I'm just going to press it into my outer corner because it's just a touch of something here. I'm gonna really blend this because, as I said, I don't want anything too pronounced. And this isn't the kind of shade that I was looking for, but we will make it do. I just want a shadow of it, kind of a watercolor. And now with something like kind of a fluffy brush, I'm just going to go over what we have just applied, because as I said, I just want a touch of it, not a defined thing. If you want to really blend something, take your brush from the ending part of the handle, and that would lessen the pressure that you're doing, and in result you will get a softer and clean blend. I'm tilting my head backwards in order to have a more visual area. I'm gonna do the same thing in the other eye. Small circular motions exactly where I have applied that mix of shades. Now I'm gonna go to this violet shade here, and I'm gonna tap away the excess first in the back of my hand, because I just want the effect that this shadow has. And I don't know if you can appreciate it, but it has a little specks of glitter, purple. And I really wanted something like that, so I'm just pressing it because I don't want the full extent of the opacity that this offers. I just want a touch of it. And I'm gonna use also this one here, just in the center. Now for my inner corner, I think that I'm gonna go to a champagne shade that I have here available. Just a tiny touch of luminosity there. And I'm using this pencil brush to give me a little bit more precision to where I want it to be. And I'm gonna use what I have left over in my brush, and I'm gonna go to the first shade to just breeze it through my bottom lashes. Not much, just to have a touch. Now I'm gonna comb through my lash extensions. I'm going to apply mascara in my bottom lashes, blush, and a lip, and we are gonna go pack. I finished up the rest of my makeup, and this is the entire look. I did this with these products. I'm skipping here what I use in my complexion, but for eyes, I only use 4 products, which are the ones that I shown you in. For lips, lips is kind of the same thing as eyes. I use a couple of products. So I use a lip liner. This is from Goss. This is the shade Sepia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Sepia. And I love this one because this is a mauvey, kind of a dusty rose one. Love this shade. And I apply just a touch of it in the center of my top and bottom lip. This color, this is from Maybelline, the color Sensational line, and this is the shade Blushing Bud. And with my finger, I just buff it into my entire lips, and I apply a little bit of gloss with my finger also in the center of top and bottom lip, and this is the finish that you see. For my cheek area, for my blush, I mix the 3 shades here, and I apply a little bit more just of the rosy one in the middle, and exactly where it should be the apples of my cheeks. And this is the entire look. I love how this came out because I have a touch of purple in my eyes, but also I have that peachy tone with a little bit of rosiness in it, and it looks really, really fresh and kind of complex, but it wasn't at all. So I hope you like it, sweets, and if you did, please press the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I really appreciate it. And if you want to get notified every time I upload a video, press the notifications bell, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.